welcome to another episode of UJTV. I'm Sisca Julius and I'll be your host for today. Now today's episode is going to be one of those very serious ones, but before we get into the seriousness, I want us to start on a sweet note. And Chef Thobeka is making a chocolate cake, so I don't think there's anything sweeter than that. Let's check it out.
Hello guys, I'm Chef Thobeka and today we're going to be making a vanilla cake with a chocolate frosting. It's very simple, and we're going to start off by mixing our dry ingredients, but I'm going to first start by going through my ingredients first. So I have my eggs in here, vanilla, and then we have flour, all-purpose flour, oil, and my milk. We have sugar in here, and then we have our bar of chocolate that we're going to use just to garnish our cake. And then I have as well as baking powder just to give our cake a little bit of depth inside. So I'm going to start off with mixing my dry ingredients. We need to use a sieve because we don't want any lumps in our batter. Now before I start all of that, let's get back to Sisca and see what she's up to.
Thank you, Toby. We'll check in with you a little later. Now, the UJ community took a firm stand against xenophobia on the 20th of April. At the Sanlam Auditorium, UJTV was there because we believe in taking this firm stand. And this is what happened.
Earlier presentation, I made a comment that
we would like to call upon all students to soldier hand in hand with the UJSRC to raise our voice against the current situation of xenophobia prevailing in our country. Let us unite and raise the voice in support of our African brothers and sisters. I thank you. Mandla, away to unite, Africa unite. Unite, UJ, unite.
In order to rebuild our moral fabric, we need national mobilization. It begins here with us mobilizing at the University of Johannesburg. That national mobilization must take us to our true calling. The gift that our nation's liberators gave us. Freedom. And the call to build the new society. Forward with internationalism, forward.
an injury to one.
Sure, it was my great honor to lead a student body and staff in a pledge that says no to xenophobia. I think being a part of something as big as this, and I'm going on the scale of the atrocities happening, as well as the amount of people who actually rocked up today, it was so inspiring to see, and I was just really greatly encouraged to see the students being active.
This is a university. We are here to get liberated. We are here to get educated about things in the broader aspect. We're here to know more about other people. I know my studies incorporate knowing more about people. So these kind of protests make us aware of what's happening around the world, how we can stop it within this vicinity.
I felt like it was an injustice to the foreigners what's currently happening in the situation that's happening today. So I felt like I should be part of this initiative and do something right.
As African, I believe we all should stand and live together as Africans and not having this hatred of chasing other African people.
Today was very important for me to come because I feel like we're turning a blind eye by not saying anything. So for me, having a say in the matter means a lot to me. It actually means that I'm taking action and I'm doing something about it.
First of all, both the Vice-Chancellor and the leadership of the university is determined to build up on this. This wasn't a once-off event at the university. And so there is a program that is being created at the moment on classroom education throughout university. Booklets are being drawn up university-wide to talk in reader, simple language about xenophobia, to dispel some of the myths around xenophobia, and larger public forums are also being organized on a pretty significant scale in the next few months.
Now, we are lucky enough to have the president of Convocation with us in studio today. Mr. Mkhonto, very welcome to UJTV.
Thanks for your invitation.
Now, I'd like to know, what is the Convocation and what's the importance of it within the university?
The University of Johannesburg Convocation is a statutory body that constitutes the Office of the Registrar, that of graduates, the Vice Chancellor, and the retired and current staff. So the importance is that we gather with one voice. We represent graduates also at council level. But the significance of Convocation is that we recognize the importance of the institution and how can we assist to build it forward.
So basically, all that is with interest to the university.
Our interest, common objective, is to serve the institution, create a good, reputable brand for the institution.
Okay. Now, why is UJ taking such a big stand against xenophobia? Why are we fighting it to this extent?
The University of Johannesburg is no longer an institution in South Africa. I'm sure you'll agree with me. That will not qualify it well. The University of Johannesburg is an institution in Africa, which is now dynamically shaping the future of the world. When we begin to see such barbaric act of xenophobic attack,
and it's definitely
we do wish to take firm action against it and discourage it with any amount of words that we can perhaps say. But in our course to understand that this institution is a global institution of choice, we believe that we cannot build or heal our nation if we continue with business as usual. Today, as an institution, what we have demonstrated is boldness in thinking, firmness in resolve, and constituency in action. That is why you have the University of Johannesburg ranked 4% globally. It's such an achievement. So when there is anything that has to do with an international cry, we want to make it firm and that we are against such. Ours is to promote a good reputation of this institution that has achieved so much in less than 10 years.
Now, we are an international institution. Do you perhaps know how many international students we have here at UJ?
I may not have the exact figure, but I do know the certain amount of attraction that the institution have produced. I do remember when we had this march, the Vice Chancellor demonstrated how much we welcome international scholars in terms of their contribution to this institution. Perhaps I will not be exact to say we might be having more than 200 scholars in this institution that are part and parcel of those that are at the front of promoting the University of Johannesburg. So I know for a fact, I may not have the exact figure, but we advocate internalization as opposed to the term foreign. It should not exist in any space of life.
Definitely not. Has any one of our international foreign students been directly affected by the xenophobic attacks?
Not what I'm aware of, and not in this institution, as you will have realized that the Vice Chancellor was firm against it, and I do believe that so far the campaign has worked extremely well. Yes. With the guidance of the Vice Chancellor and that of myself, Convocation, and those that were responsible for organizing the march. Yes. So I do think that the message was quite clear, and I do think there is unity at the institution of higher learning like UJ. I do think we are holding up to our reputation, which is extreme, like I've told you. Yes. It's not only an institution in Africa. We value our work, we value our product as an institution, and we value the brand. So I've never heard of anything to that effect.
Now, some of our students from the Benjamin hostels at UJ have started this institution, or not really an institution, but they have this initiative that they are going to help the refugees or victims of the xenophobia. Let's see what they are doing to help this initiative.
My name is Nomfundo Ntlego, and I'm from the Benjamin Ladies Residence. The person who started this initiative was a senior from our res. Her name is Lauren. She found out that there was a refugee camp near Germiston. They really need everything. They need food, they need clothes, they need toiletries. There are girls there that need sanitary towels. So we are trying to collect anything from people, even money, so that we can use to buy. We actually started within our race on Sunday, collecting from everyone within our race, and we decided to expand it into UJ and ask everyone, like every student who can contribute to this cause. We will take everything that we've collected this week and take it to the home in Germiston. No other residences have started this initiative or anything like it. So far it's just Benjamin. So we are really hoping that other races will also do something like this so we can get more for the people. Here every morning from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We need help from everyone. Everyone can just bring a little and it will make a very big difference.
I'm so proud of our ladies. They are really just building on the vision and the values of the university. But Mr. Mkhonto, is there anything we can do, any practical action we can take as a university or as students against xenophobia?
I do think realizing the amount of pain this barbaric act, actually I call it criminal act as opposed to xenophobic attack, because people are just taking advantage of whatever situation that it could have been in terms of the economy and whatnot. From our side as an institution, like as you're asking me what can you do, I do think that there are offices like the Office of Alumni where you can pledge your support in terms of anything that you can offer for those that have been affected, because we cannot put a blind eye on it. Definitely. But I do wish to say to all Africans and South Africans at large that the University of Johannesburg is firm against the xenophobic attack. Our deepest fear is really not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure, and we should keep up to that. Africa and South Africa on its own is a brand in an African continent, and we do not wish to have anyone destroying that.
Yes. So just to recap, there is an office where we can go and help the people, or how does it work?
Yeah, I understand that the announcement was made by the Student Representative Council President that those that wish to pledge their support, they can visit the office of SRC, that of alumni of this institution, and then they can pledge their support there, because of course we are on course to promote this institution in a global way.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mkhonto, for being here. Guys, this is a serious matter. Let's all join hands and take part in this initiative. But let's go back to the kitchen and check on Chef Thobeka's chocolate cake.
Okay, this has been mixing, guys. I mixed it by hand, and it's safe to say that my arms have gotten a good workout. Now, you can use an electric mixer, but I feel like using your hands gives it a little bit more effort. I've greased my pan here with a little bit of butter and a little bit of flour, and I'm going to transfer this mixture into here. Don't fill it the whole way up, just fill it half, because when it bakes in the pan, in the oven, it's going to overflow. So I'm going to put it into the preheated oven that I've preheated for 170 degrees, and it's going to cook for about 50 to 55 minutes. And while I do that, let's get back to Sisca and check what she's up to.
Wow, that wonderful chocolate cake is in the oven. The UJ students, media and journalism students, have been working on their own live broadcasts like UJTV, and we helped them. So let's see what they did.
The Horizon Project is a project that enables universities from around the world to connect. UJ University connects with Horizon University in Canada, and we also can connect with India in this project. It enables us to connect worldwide, video and audio streaming simultaneously to the different venues.
Hi, my name is Emil Rodemeyer and I'm the camera operator and floor manager on the Global City broadcast for UJ. So we're pretty much connecting with other universities across the globe, and we're doing a live news broadcast with inserts, with documentary inserts in between.
There's two things you must remember. If something is not satisfactory, you move the camera or you move the subject. I've moved the subject. If not, then you move the camera.
My name is Frida, and I'm here to direct the Global City program. It's a program with more than three universities actually, but today's show is with 3 different universities in different countries.
Big budget, you know. I want to have work and play, and I can't do that when I run out of funds.
Okay, Q, presenter.
Yeah.
You host that, I think.
Very interesting. I'm nervous because it's my first time, but then I'm also excited because it's a big project to be part of, and I'm happy to be part of it.
I'm so proud of our students. Today it's international live shows. Tomorrow they'll be taking over the world. But guys, let's check on Chef Thobeka's wonderful vanilla chocolate cake.
Okay guys, I made this earlier on just to show you guys how to ice it. What I've done is I just cut the top part off so that it's a flat surface and it's easy for us to ice it. So I'm just going to put it on our plate that we're going to serve it in. And then we're just going to put the chocolate frosting that I made earlier on as well. And you can get this recipe on the UJTV page. I'll post it there. So we're just going to drizzle it all on top and just let it frost itself because it's going to melt over. And the calories in this, guys, I promise you, a moment on the lips and a lifetime on the hips, I tell you. And then we're going to chop up the rest of the chocolate bar that I have here, and we're just going to use it as a nice garnish. You can use any type of chocolate. I just prefer to use the Cadbury slabs. You can use mint chocolate, you can use caramel chocolate. Whichever type of chocolate that you prefer to use is cool. Try to chop it as finely as possible because after all it is a garnish, so it needs to look pretty. Okay, that's good enough for me. And then we're gonna put it all on top like that. Okay. And guys, it's as easy as that. Don't forget that you can get the recipe on the UJTV page. And I think I'm gonna indulge this by myself. Nobody should ask me. Until next time, it's Chef Thobeka and I'm out.
I'm having such a ball here at UJTV. Can you imagine anything better than that chocolate cake? Vanilla chocolate cake. And also, this is my favorite part of the show. It's the reality show called Tuk-talk. And let's check this out because it's hilarious.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tuk-talk. Right, I'm chilling here with Zami. Zami, what do you have to say, girl?
Well, guys, we are introducing to you guys the ride in UJ Tuk-talks, and hope you guys have fun.
So we're actually on TV, by the way.
Yeah.
So Tarel on YouTube. Tarel on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, this is nice. I feel like Rokonyan.
Why?
Just so.
Hi guys,
Just so
I have a problem, blah blah blah.
Yeah, you know.
I know what I like. The freebies! It's so much fun that there are so many freebies at UJ.
Okay, UJ is good, but then adjusting to the workload, yeah, it's not so good. But then I'm trying, I'm cool, let me just say.
I want to talk about school. I want to talk about accounting now.
What do you want to do with your life, you beautiful, gorgeous girl?
I want to be a biokineticist. I'm going to help people.
I'm going to be a genetics counselor. I'm going to find out if babies have genetic disorders.
They do. So I heard Juicy Drake kissed Madonna.
You lie, that can't happen.
It happened
Madonna's so
at some
old,
weird function overseas. They kissed. It was so awkward because Drake was trying to reach for her head and then Madonna was like, no, stop it, small boy.
Pills and potions. That's all I know.
I'm angry, but I still love you. Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna sing again.
Yes, yes.
That was proper.
Let's do it.
Oh my God, can you please cut out some stuff?
There are some things that you say that you shouldn't have said.
Oh snap. Before I say anything that I shouldn't have said, we've come to the end of today's episode. Please join the conversation on Facebook. We are UJTV. You can also follow us on Twitter at UJ Television. That's it. Chef Thobeka, keep that cake ready for me. I'm going now. Bye.